So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get every single charm in the bracelet inside of Rave in the Redwoods. Now these charms are all mini little Easter egg quests, and some of them grant you new perks inside of the map which you've never had before. Before we start this, I just want to mention that I'm giving away a few codes for Rave in the Redwoods on PS4, so if you want to be in with a chance of entering, simply drop a like rating on this video, leave a comment down below, and also make sure you're a subscriber of the channel. Anyway, enough of that, let's get on to completing your charm bracelet. Now these can be done in any specific order, doesn't matter when you do them, as long as you get them all done within your game, you'll be able to reap the benefits of these charms. In no specific order, we're going to be starting with the Binoculars, and this gives you the ability where you essentially have electric cherry between two players when you reload. All of these charms have two potential spawn locations. For the Binoculars, this can be on a bench outside the mess hall, or it can be at the Rave Area next to a bunch of beer boxes. In my game, that's where I found them, so boom, pick them up, and what we want to do is place the Binoculars on a bench right in front of the bait and tackle building, which is down by the docks. As soon as you place this down, there is going to be 8 eyeballs which are going to appear outside of the map. At this point, you want to buy the KBS longbow, and you need to be stood right in the section where the sniper is bought for these to work. You can see I'm shooting these 2 eyeballs behind the fortune teller. There's one pretty simple and then one quite far back. There's one eyeball above Slappy Taffy, and then there are 5 eyeballs at Pack-a-Punch Island. Now, the only issue with this challenge is you have to be stood in front of the fortune teller machine in order for these sniper shots to count. You can't be stood anywhere else. You have to be stood in this section here, shooting at these eyeballs in order for these shots to register. I made a rookie error and changed my weapon kits on these snipers so I didn't have a scope. Make sure you have a scope, otherwise it's going to be really difficult to shoot. But once you have shot all of these eyeballs, they will disappear, and now what you need to do is you need to get between 10 and 15 zombie headshots, but again, you have to kill these zombies stood in front of the fortune teller machine. Each headshot you get, you'll hear a little prompt noise like as if you've picked up an item off the ground, and you need to keep repeating this until eventually you'll notice a puff of smoke around the bench where the binoculars were put down, and then you can go ahead and pick up the binoculars, and it adds as an accessory to your weapon. You can have as many charms as you want as long as you have weapon slots. So the most you can have at one time is 3 different charms on 3 different weapons. Next one we're going to be going for is a pretty straightforward one, and this is the shovel. You can find the shovel in the mines next to the HVR wallbuy, which I'm looking at right now. It wasn't there in my game, so I went over to the second location, which is near the firing target range just ahead of the recreation area. You pick that thing up and you want to make your way over to the swamp just past the mess halls, and you'll notice this grave. You want to interact with this grave, and what's going to happen is some skeletons are going to spawn, between 5 and 10 skeletons. Now these are much stronger than normal zombies, and they'll be running at you. You need to just take these guys out, and once that's done, go over to the grave and you'll be able to pick up the shovel. Now at the time of recording this video, I'm not sure if every single charm has their own new perk or effect and ability, so I'll be updating the description as time goes on as we learn what all of these charm effects do. But at the time of making this video, I don't know if this has a perk effect or not. The next one we're going to be going for is the arrowhead, and what you want to be looking for is it could be on the ground to the left of the mess hall sign, or it could be as soon as you walk out of spawn going towards the dock area laying next to a lamppost, and you can see me pick it up right there. What you want to do is place this arrowhead in the little hut next to the firing range in the recreational area. So you've placed that down, all is good. You now need to have a pouch on you so you can enter rave mode, and when you make your way back up to this firing range, you're going to notice these targets are going to be appearing. Now you need to shoot these in quick succession. They're going to be like you shoot one, another's going to pop up, shoot one, another's going to pop up. I think it's around about 5 or 6 targets in total, but these are really quick, and if you leave it even maybe a second too long in between shooting them, you will fail it and you'll have to restart. And if you try this over round 10, you will have a slasher chasing you in the rave mode, so you really want to make sure you are trying to do this as early as possible. And if you are getting low on rave mode, there are a few fairy locations quite near to the firing range where you can top that up. Now if things get too difficult, go go ahead and pop on the hide and seek card if you have it unlocked, as that makes you invisible to zombies for 20 seconds and will make this a walk in the park. Once you've completed it, you'll be able to pick up that arrowhead attachment for your weapon. The next charm we're going to be going for in this video is the ring. So this can be in 2 locations. It can be behind the mess hall on the first set of steps, which is where I found it, or it can be right here on the stairs next to Bang Bangs. What you want to do is take this ring into the spawn, and there's going to be a TV near this fireplace. You want to place the ring down on this table, and you should notice these 2 lamps will suddenly be interactable, and by holding square or X, it will turn these lamps round, and you want to keep turning them until they are both facing the ring, and you'll notice that there will be a nice shining bright of light. The lamps will turn off, and you'll be able to pick up this ring, and it will be added as a weapon accessory. The next charm we're going to be going for is the bird mask. This again has 2 spawn locations. The first one is going to be against the post near the last dock as you approach the mess hall area. It will be just tucked nice and neatly there in that corner. And the other location for it can be in the adventure course. You make your way up the stairs, and it will be tucked away in this dark little corner here just before the rickety bridge. You want to pick that up and then make your way into the mess hall, and there's going to be this blank portrait that you can place the mask onto. You'll notice there's going to be a set of keys just to the right of that mask. You want to shoot the keys, and then you'll be able to pick that up, and it will be a weapon attachment. The next charm we're going to be going for is the 8-ball, and this gives you a perk which, when you slide, it damages zombies. So it's a bit like a Trailblazers, but you don't need to buy the perk. This can be again in one of 2 locations. It can be down in the mines on the upper level, just in front of this recreation area sign, which is where I found it, but the other spot for it can be is on the opposite side of the tent where the paddle for the boat is in the recreation area. Once you've picked this up, make your way to the top level of the spawn area and place it on the pool table. You then want to shoot all the blank white balls, and once you've done that, you'll then be able to pick up the 8-ball and add it as a weapon accessory. The next charm we're going to be picking up is the fish, and this gives you the momentum perk from multiplayer, which allows you to run faster over time, but it goes away if you jump or slide. The fish can be in one of 2 spots. It can be in this sewer tunnel near the swamp, it's pretty hard to miss, or it can be in the men's bathroom sign in the camper cabins underneath racing stripes tucked away in this little dark area here. Once you've picked up the fish, make your way to the docks right next to where the boat is to travel to the island. By placing the fish down, you'll notice this blue orb will spawn in the water, and it will be moving around. All you need to do is throw or shoot an explosive thing towards this orb to destroy it. So this can be used in the crossbow, or in my case I just chucked a grenade, and that worked very easily, and bam, there you go, you have the fish accessory. The next charm we're going to be going for is the golden frog, and again this can be in one of 2 spawn locations. It can be just outside of the trailer next to the Rave recreational area, just in this corner here, or it can be sitting on a chair inside the bait and tackle shop. Pick that damn frog up, make your way over to the swamp near the mess hall where we dug the grave, and just before the tunnel, if you look here, you can place down the golden frog. Now what's going to happen is when you go into rave mode, you'll notice in this swamp area there's going to be a ton of frogs jumping about. What you need to do is you need to go into rave mode and then jump off this small cliff and melee in the air, and your character will do a ground pound and will smash the frogs. Now you need to make sure you're angling, so when you land, you're punching right above where these frogs are. Now there are quite a few fairies which you can use to talk to top up, of course, your rave mode, so just keep going around doing that in case you fail. It did take me quite a while, and again, if you do this over round 10, you will have a slasher to contend with as well, so just be aware of that. But don't worry if you go out of rave mode, if you run out of it, because as soon as you go back into rave mode, you'll be able to continue this little challenge of punching all of these frogs whilst in the air. But once you have done that, you can go over to the frog and pick it up, and that will be added to your weapon. The next charm part we're going to be looking at getting is the pacifier, and this gives you a perk which will damage zombies that hit you, so it's really useful, and on low rounds the zombies can die straight up from hitting you, so that's really useful. There are 2 spawns for this, again as always. One of them is going to be near some rocks at the docks near the bait and tackle building just here, or the pacifier can be in this room just where Racing Stripes is, in this corner by the lockers. Once you've picked up the pacifier, make your way into the mess hall and place it on the countertop. You'll notice that you won't be able to leave the mess hall anymore. There's going to be these like force fields stopping you from leaving, and you need to kill between 10 and 15 zombies. Once those force fields have gone, you can then pick up the pacifier and that will be added as your weapon attachment. And last but definitely not least is the boots. This gives you the ability which causes zombies' heads to explode and causes damage to nearby zombies when you kill a zombie with a headshot. So really useful, and this is going to be in one of two locations as always. The boots can be either next to the empty trash can at the docks right here, or it can be tucked away in the amphitheater near this big bonfire in the top left corner by these beers. You pick the boots up, and this is a little bit of a long-winded process, but you want to take the boots into this cabin at Camper Cabins. You'll notice as you place the boots down on this mat, you'll see these red footsteps will spawn on the ground, and you need to either walk over or run over these steps, and as you walk over them, you'll notice you'll hear a footstep sound, and these footsteps will be creeping ever closer. These always seem to be creeping towards a window, and when you get to the final part of the window, you will hear some creepy music and notice the slasher walking past in the window barricade. Once you've done that, you need to come over to the spawn room. Again, you should see the footsteps waiting for you on this mat. Just walk over them, and eventually it will walk you forwards to that window where you will see the slasher again. And the third and final location when you need to do this is on the docks just past the mess hall. You want to make your way over here, start walking over, and this is definitely the longest one. It is definitely annoying to do when you have a zombie at the end of the round, but eventually you'll hear the creepy music and you'll notice the slasher walk through that window one more time, and bam, my friends, you will have the boots, and that is another attachment added to your weapon. And that, my friends, is all of the charm parts added to your bracelet, and you should have a complete charm bracelet, my friends. And if you ever want to swap them out to give yourself another perk ability, you just go up to where you started some of the quests and you can pick up the item and it will be added back to your weapon. It's as simple as that. If you did find this video useful at any point, then please feel free to drop a like rating, as this did take quite a long time to do. This process is a little bit long-winded and is definitely not necessary to do in order for you to succeed in this map, but it is a lot of fun and it's nice to do some little side quests here and there. If you do need any help on the main Easter egg quest itself or getting the upgraded crossbows, there will be videos on screen now or linked down below in the description where you can click those and they'll help you out, and there's even more stuff on my channel. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.